Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And what I came in today to talk about is this Keith Lamont Scott's video that was just released. The dash cam video and the video from the officer that was wearing a body cam. And I wanted to just talk about it right after I saw it and listened to, all the stuff that the police released as far as the commentary that they gave about what happened, and also the gun, the marijuana that they show, and the holster. Now, I'm watching the video again as I sit here, and I must say that this video is very hard to watch. I see Mr. Scott get out the car, I see him back away from the car, and I see him shot. I can't tell what is or is not in his hand. I don't even see anything in his hand, although they're saying that there was something in his hand. But I have some troubling things about this. From what we're now understanding, when those police officers were there, they were undercover. So they were in plain clothes. They did not have on uniforms. And they observed Mr. Scott while they were sitting there. And then they left and went and got police vests, put on police vests, and then came back. And that's when this whole situation with them occurred. Now, they said that when they got back, they identified themselves as police officers. They claimed that Mr. Scott was sitting in his car, I guess, waving the gun and smoking marijuana, and they repeatedly asked him to get out the car. Now, here's what I have a problem with. This yelling of drop the gun when he is in his car. Like one of the commentators on CNN stated, that is something that the cops do as they're beating someone. They will yell out, stop resisting, because they know that that is being recorded by their cars. Again, they could be beating a suspect. And while they're beating him, your natural inclination when you're being beat is to put up your hands to protect yourself. You roll into a ball and you put your hands up or whatever to stop that beating. So them yelling out, stop resisting, is kind of a moot point because the person is being beat. Now, when they're yelling out to him, drop the gun, I don't know. And then when he gets out the car and he backs away from them, he is backing away slowly. He doesn't lunge at them. He doesn't turn towards them. He doesn't make any offensive or aggressive maneuvers towards them. I just don't understand this. Y'all, I just don't understand it. And within seconds, he is just shot. And again, remember, his wife is there filming all this. They got a lot of explaining to do. And then another thing, one of my subscribers confirmed that this is an open carry state. And also the use, if he had marijuana, one marijuana joint, if they would have, done this right, that is a misdemeanor. So for them to kind of put this together and say, well, he had a joint and he had this gun. First of all, again, this is an open carry state. They did not say that he pointed the gun at him, and there is nothing in that video that showed that he did. Also, if he was smoking a joint in the car, that is a misdemeanor. It wasn't like they said he was sitting on 3,000 pounds of marijuana. Okay? So you kill this man for those two things. Now, again, he was not pointing the gun at them. It's clear in the video. He backed away. Okay? He backed away. I don't think that this was justifiable use of this shooting of him. I just don't. And um this thing where they rendered first aid, man, they had shot at him 4 times. Now we don't know how many of those bullets struck him. We just don't know now because they haven't released that. And even when I was watching their chief of police giving his statement, I am just the average lay person. It didn't make sense. It was like he was going around and around in circles. He never really gave a clear reason why those police officers, felt the need to even approach him. They were not there for Mr. Scott. They were not there for him. And then this whole thing that they said that, even though they weren't there for them, they observed some criminal activity, and then that's what led them to change their focus to him. So the criminal activity that they spoke about is him allegedly smoking a joint and him allegedly having a gun. Remember, he didn't point it at anyone. And then also remember, this is an open carry state. We have white people marching down the street with guns on their side. They also said that there was a leg holster there, which, if this belongs to Mr. Scott, this gun and this leg holster, I don't know. The family has not confirmed nor denied any of this. From what their attorney said, this is the first time that they've seen pictures of it. And I listened carefully to what that attorney said about the gun, the marijuana, and the holster. And what he said is that they're now checking into that. The attorney went on to say that the wife said he did not have a gun. Y'all, I don't care. My grandfather used to tell me years ago, Rachelle, they could be standing there over you with a gun that's still smoking, and they will get off. And what he said, back then, I didn't even really pay attention to it. But now that I'm older and you're seeing all this shit play out on television, all this shit play out, black man after black man after black man being fucking shot down in the street like dogs. This shit is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now they got a little guy that fucking went in a mall, and white young boy, and shot 5 people. One of them died, and this son of a bitch got away. And I'm pretty sure when they catch his ass, they will be able to take him peacefully. That's how they do it with them. But a brother out in the street, in every instance, they said that this man had a traumatic brain injury. I was watching CNN, and one of the commentators said, oh, his wife said he was deranged. She did not say he was deranged. She said he had a traumatic brain injury. One of my family members, her husband was in a car accident, and he was ejected from the car, and he had a traumatic brain injury. And this man was like 6'4". She was reduced to wiping his butt. That's how sick he was in the beginning. Then he had, blazing headaches, blaring headaches. Then he went through a bit of where he had amnesia. He didn't remember a lot of things. And then this is as he's slowly recovering. And he went through where he was angry, just angry for everything that he had lost. It wasn't an anger where he was striking out, hurting people. He would just be sitting around crying, and he was angry. you know? And I'm sure that some people who may have traumatic brain injuries would strike out, but my family member that had it, the anger was turned inwards as he recovered. So this thing where this CNN person was like, oh, his wife said he was deranged. That is not what that woman said. She said he has a TBI, which is traumatic brain injury. Soldiers coming back from overseas who have been at war, they have TBIs. So like the attorney for the family said, you guys are going to have to learn how to deal with these types of people. And the answer is not always to shoot them down. Take a step back. In this case, if they felt that Mr. Scott was a threat, use levels of, handling that threat. Why didn't they tase him? There was enough officers there that could have took out their tasers and tased him to where Mr. Scott would have still been on the ground shaking from, the electrical currents that were being shot through his body. To me, they did not de-escalate this situation. They escalated it. They did not try to utilize his wife standing there, bring her over, step back from the situation, step back, retreat, see what he's going to do. His wife was standing there. Have her walk up to the car. Have her walk up to the car. If she was willing to walk up to that car because she knew he wasn't going to do anything, then let her walk up to the car. Why didn't they do that? Now this man is dead. 7 kids have lost their father. 7 kids. This woman stood there and witnessed the death of her husband. She has it on film. And then, like the family, the attorney said that, he had to end the press conference because there was some family members who had not seen these videos. And they had to go home and attend to these people. And let me calm down. Who were just seeing this video for the first time. I don't envy what this family is about to go through, planning this man's funeral and saying goodbye to him. Y'all, this could be your family member, my family member, someone that we know. This shit has got to stop. And I don't think it's all about training like they keep trying to point to. I think it's more of there is a certain level of fear of black men, of these police officers. So instead of, trying to stand there and, engage them as a human being, they see us as almost superhuman. And that fear that they have causes them to shoot first and ask questions later. And even to this gun, y'all, I'm sorry. But I, for some reason, have a little doubts about that gun. I just have some doubts. And like I said in another video, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I like to deal in fact. But that gun, I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know. Did they plant that gun on him? We just recently had an officer do that. They lie on us all the time. So, I don't know. I got to hear from the family about that gun and that holster and all of that. Y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to come in and give my opinion right after I saw those videos. My heart goes out to this family. As always, y'all, thanks for watching my video. Y'all, stay safe out there because they ain't fucking playing with us. This shit is ridiculous. Take care now. And again, thanks for watching my video.